That night, the river roared. Waves rose like angry giants, lightning flashed, and in the middle of it stood Amora. But she was no longer human. Her eyes glowed red, her hair floated like smoke, and her body shone with scales of silver. On the sand, her husband Obinna fell to his knees. "Amora, please, forgive me," he cried. Her voice cut through the storm. "You betrayed me, Obinna. Now the river will take you." The water rushed forward. A huge wave wrapped around him like a hand, dragging him into the deep. His scream was swallowed by the sea. The villagers ran, terrified. That night, they warned their children. Never betray love. Never betray a spirit. But how did the story of Obinna and Amora begin? Obinna was the poorest fisherman in his village. His net was torn, his canoe leaked, and no matter how hard he tried, the river gave him nothing. Other fishermen mocked him. "Obinna, even crabs run from your net. Go beg in the market instead." But Obinna was stubborn. He wanted more than fish. He wanted love, wealth, and respect. One evening, when the sun was sinking red into the horizon, he walked alone by the forbidden part of the ocean. Elders warned the young, never go there after sunset. The water spirits hunt for souls at night. Obinna ignored them. Hunger pushed him forward. Then he saw her. A woman sat on a black rock near the waves. Her skin glowed like moonlight, her hair fell long and dark, and her eyes were deep as the river itself. Obinna froze. His heart raced. He had never seen beauty like this. The woman turned her head slowly. Her voice was soft, like the sound of water. "Why do you stare at me, fisherman?" Forgive me," Obinna stammered. "I have never seen anyone like you before." She smiled, and the river seemed to move with her smile. "Then maybe you were meant to find me." That night, Obinna's life changed forever. From that night, the mysterious woman began to appear to Obinna. She called herself Amora. She never came during the day, only at twilight, when the river turned black and the air grew heavy. Soon, Amora followed him into the village. Men stared in envy, women gossiped, mothers shook their heads. But Obinna didn't care. He was in love. He married her. Against all warnings, against all whispers, he made Amora his wife. From that day, everything changed. His nets filled with fish. His canoe no longer leaked. Gold coins appeared in his pockets as if the river itself had chosen him. For the first time in his life, Obinna ate like a king. But one night, as the moon burned bright, Amora turned to him with serious eyes. Her voice was sharp, her face fierce. "Listen to me, Obinna. There are 3 rules you must never break." Obinna nodded quickly. "Tell me." She lifted her hand and counted with her fingers. "Never follow me when I go to the river at midnight. Never ask me where I come from. And never speak about things you do not understand." Her voice grew cold. "If you love me, you will obey." Obinna swallowed hard and nodded. At that moment, he meant it. He thought love was enough. But curiosity is a dangerous seed. And Obinna had already planted it. Obinna tried. For many nights, he closed his eyes when Amora rose from their bed at midnight. He told himself he loved her, that her secrets were hers alone. But the whispers in his head grew louder. Why only at midnight? What does she hide in the ocean? Who is she, really? One full moon night, he could no longer resist. Amora slipped quietly out of the hut, her shadow long in the silver light. Obinna waited, heart pounding, then followed. The river was calm, glowing under the moon. And there, at the water's edge, he saw her. Not as his wife. Not as the woman he thought he knew. Her legs were gone. In their place stretched a glittering tail, scales shining emerald and gold. She sat on a rock, combing her hair with a golden comb, singing a song that made the waves dance. Obinna's breath caught. His knees trembled. He had married not a woman, but a spirit. He gasped. Too loud. Amora's head snapped around. Her eyes glowed like burning coals. You spied on me. Obinna dropped to his knees in the sand. I couldn't help it. Forgive me, Amora. Please forgive me. Her voice was ice. You broke the first rule. And trust, once broken, can never be repaired. The waves behind her rose higher, hissing like snakes. She vanished into the sea, leaving Obinna shaking, alone, and terrified. From that night, their joy began to rot. After that night at the ocean, Obinna felt the change. At first, it was small. His net came up lighter. His canoe rocked strangely on calm water. The gold coins that once filled his pouch were gone as if the river had swallowed them back. Then the whispers started in the village. Obinna's wife is not human. She has locked his manhood. That woman will ruin us all. Even his own mother spat at him in the market. You brought a curse into this family. That woman will drag you into the sea. Obinna tried to deny it, but fear gripped his heart. At night, Amora's eyes seemed sharper, colder. She no longer laughed at his jokes. Her silence was heavy, her presence frightening. Years passed. Their home remained childless. The women in the village mocked him openly. What kind of man marries the river and expects a child? Obinna's pride crumbled. Hunger returned. His belly growled like before, his net empty, his canoe cracked. Desperate, he went to a ritualist, a dark man whose eyes glowed like coals. The man listened quietly, then leaned close. Your wife is no woman. She is mommy water. If you want to live, you must bind her spirit before she destroys you. Obinna swallowed hard. Bind her. How? The ritualist placed a chalk and a knife in his hand. Draw the circle of binding around her while she sleeps. Speak the words I have given you. If you fail, his eyes flashed, the river itself will rise against you. Obinna's hands shook. Fear battled with desperation. But when he thought of hunger, shame, and the villagers' laughter, he made his choice. That night, as Amora lay sleeping, Obinna lifted the chalk. The moon was high when Obinna began. Amora lay beside him, her breathing soft and steady. Obinna's hands trembled as he drew the chalk circle around the mat. Sweat dripped from his forehead onto the floor. The words of the ritualist burned in his mind. He whispered them shakily, his voice breaking. But before he could finish, the air shifted. The room grew heavy, the candles blew out, and cold wind swept through the hut. Amora's eyes opened. They glowed red. Obinna froze, the chalk falling from his hand. His lips would not move. His body shook.